stop everything, this is serious vibe. Catch us on the Wednesday, it's steady on the hump day. Listen in your car, got the Beamer on the Hyundai. Facebook Live, we live and direct. You can call and kick it with us since we show respect. Yo, a lot of topics, we always got a pop it. You know we neighborhood, we always kicking knowledge, yeah. That's the stilo, we do it for the people. Flyer than the ego, we ordinary people. We be kicking in, cause you know we living in. Come and catch a vibe, cause it's live, I'm a witness it. We down for each other no matter the weather. It's the beat 139, cause Harlem stick together, what's up?
The beat, we rockin' in the streets. We'll make you feel the beat. We make you feel the heat. The beat, we rockin' in the streets. We are rockin' the beat. We make you move your feet.
Yeah.
What up? What up?
What up?
What up? How y'all? What's good?
It's good out there.
Yo.
Harlem in the building. 1, 2, how y'all doing out there?
Talk about it, Doc. What's up? Let's get this rolling.
Let's get it rolling. Welcome to the Big 139. I'm Doc.
Don Vito, what's good? How y'all feeling? It's hot outside today. We getting that spring fever. You know, we can start putting some clothes on and feeling good. You know.
Yo, fucking Svccess in the building.
We got my man Svccess in the building. Clap it up for Svccess. Yeah. So what up, man? How you, man?
I'm good, bro. I want to thank you guys for having me too. You know, it's been a long minute and shit. You know, since I've done any type of interviews. You know, this whole fucking pandemic shit and corona shit going on got everybody fucked up now. But you know, it's good to see that everything's going back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell with the traffic that I'm stuck in that everything's coming back to normal. But you know, it's a blessing and it's an experience. You know. Fucking, I've been stuck in this world for 50 years and I never experienced nothing like this. You know?
Yo, what you saying, man, that's crazy, man. But at the end of the day, God is good because we all here, we healthy.
Facts.
You know, but I'm telling everybody where you from, bro.
I'm originally from Harlem, Wagner Projects and shit until 91 when the Bronx adopted me.
Right.
Man, I've been stuck in 141st and Cypress. And you know, and we here, man, I read broke, bro. HBO, Harlem and Bronx only.
Okay, I like that. yeah, I like that. I never heard that way, you know?
Facts.
So, how was life so being that you from Wagner and then you went to the Bigs? How was life growing up as a youngster with that transition and all that?
Well, you know, I lost my mom when I was like 14 years old, so I was still a young kid and shit. I definitely wasn't about that life when my mom was alive and shit. She was a woman that had a lot of class and character. You know, she migrated from the Dominican Republic, you know, and met my father, which is Puerto Rican and shit. And you know, she was a strict parent. I definitely wasn't about that life. I didn't know nothing about the streets. You know, I was a spoiled kid growing up, getting whatever I want when I wanted. Her passing really kind of like fucked up a lot of shit. You know, my 2 siblings went their ways. I was left in the street hustling. You know, it was 1984, so you already know how the streets were in 1984.
Yeah.
So at 14 years old, ain't nobody giving you shit. You know, the only person you depended and rely on is your moms and your father, and they weren't there no more. So, you know.
Your father wasn't around at that time?
My father was around, yeah, but what happened was as soon as my mom passed, that nigga moved across the street with some chick he was probably talking to. You know, so we was just left alone to raise ourselves up and shit. So, you know, I did the school for a little while and then I just, you know, I was getting more money in the streets, you know, than actually going to school. So
But you ain't got no guidance, you got no leadership at the
yeah, I know. You know what I mean? The streets were my guidance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you was 14 and you left with 2 younger sisters, older sisters?
Older sisters, I was the youngest boy. I was the only boy, and with 2 older sisters.
So you had to be the man of the
I
house.
had to
pretty much.
I had to step it up. Well, you know, they were doing what they do and they left.
Right.
But you know, I had to man up and shit, hold my 2 balls and just do what I had to do.
So this all happened when you was in Harlem or it
Harlem,
happened
yeah,
when you was Harlem,
Yeah.
so.
And you know, and I was out, my mom passed in 84, and then 91, I just, you know, went over to the Bronx because I from 84 to 91, you know, Harlem, I'm speaking about my side, Spanish Harlem, they were moving real, you know, like, I don't know, before the Boricuas, there was the Cubans though. Yeah, the Cubans had that locked, and then the Puerto Ricans, and then the Mexicans, like, it changes all the time.
So keep talking.
Yeah, so it was real grimy and shady back in Harlem and shit, Spanish Harlem at the time. So you know,
Trying to call
I
again.
just had to go over to the
ain't
Bronx and
stopped, though.
shit, where you know shit was real over there. Over there, at least if they didn't like you, they let you know they don't like you, and then you just you know. And I had to set my own mark over there in the Bronx and let them know that you know. I'm a
Yeah, Cypress was no joke either.
Nah, yeah, 141st is Cypress.
So you went from one area that wasn't no joke to another area.
Yeah.
That's a little wilder
Facts.
back then.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of gang activity.
A lot.
You know,
Well, not gang activity.
not gang, but
drug gangs.
drug gangs.
Yeah.
In blocks.
A lot of blocks.
In blocks.
Yeah, because I don't remember Bloods and Crips.
No. I mean,
Drug
blocks.
gangs.
Blocks,
Yeah.
blocks and all that. Yeah.
Calderon with his crew, Pure Energy,
Pure Energy,
Blue
yeah.
Thunder, Obsession.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then Fat Joe and the brother,
Yeah.
they little team was over there with Fat Joe's little.
Facts.
His brother named Angel and all
Good
those.
friend of mine too. You know, shout out to Fat Joe.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
view it later when I post it on the live.
Yeah. What's up?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
you started hustling.
Yeah, I had to.
Right.
I gotta keep. Ain't no money coming in no more. My mom passed away. You know what I mean? She was the backbone and provider, so I had to get that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing I knew.
How many times you been in Rikers Island?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never been locked up. I never caught a state case.
Oh, okay.
I guess I think I was smooth, slick enough to get away. My only case I caught was a federal charge, which was in late '97. Later, in the Bronx.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I got lucky. I had bullshit little assaults here and there, but I never did time. I will always be there. In the state, for me, I'm speaking for me, in the state or city biz, like, I'm not doing no time. I'll just pay the most money to beat anything.
Yeah, back then if you had a couple dollars, you could pay your way out.
Yeah, well, I'm one of those that pay my way out of it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The feds, my lawyer said, bro, keep your money.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I'll give you 100,000 right now. Like, bro, ain't no money in the world gonna get you out of this one.
Nothing.
I was like, all right. You know what I mean?
they ain't playing.
But in the state, trust me, they wasn't holding nobody down.
So you grew up in El Barrio.
Yes.
So that's east
K-Slade,
side.
Southside, K-Slade,
K-Slade.
K-Slade.
K-Slade, So
Wagner Project.
yeah, the Camacho out there.
You had
Hey, Doc, before you even go a little further, he said the east side, so I know you ran across your Alpo a couple times, you had to.
We used to ride bike together.
See,
Yeah, we
I
go
know
back
that
together.
era over there back then, he was out
We
there.
would go meet up on 103 and First Avenue back in 85, 86. But they were doing their thing and I was doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like at that time they were fucking with that coke shit. I wasn't fucking with that coke. I was fucking with that heroin shit back in the day. So we was in two different lanes. So I'm glad we in cross path in business. I probably won't be here talking to you about what.
So you saying, Hector Camacho,
Hector Camacho used to come get high with the OG that used to fucking teach us the game in the street, which is rest in peace Scooby. He was the OG, Scooby, BJ, Batata, all them niggas in the hood. Like Camacho used to come through with the Corvette, and the Ferrari, the red Ferrari, and he used to, Scooby be like, yo, clean the nigga's car, you gonna give me a couple of dollars. He's a cheap motherfucker too, rest in peace Camacho. Back then, give me like 50 cents and shit. But 50 cents back then was really a lot of money. You know what I mean? For $1, I used to buy mad shit after school. I used to buy like 100 candies for $1. You know what I mean?
200 candy.
No, I'm telling you.
3 for $1.
Yeah, the penny candy.
with the little red fish,
Jelly Ranch. Listen, I know for a fact when I got paid to do B Street, I got paid $120 and I bought like 2 outfits.
Oh, you was in B Street?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. How that happened?
I was with Med City Breakers, this kid named Flex in Spanish Harlem, and he used to do that breakdance shit. And one day he took me to the Bronx, and one thing led to another, and we just started breakdancing and battling other crews out there too.
ran across Crazy Legs and all that?
Of course,
Yeah.
Crazy Legs,
That's what I meant.
Swift, a
Yeah.
whole bunch of dudes, in that era.
Yeah, it's got it, yeah.
So you went to the BX,
Yeah,
now, you was hustling the BX too, right?
yeah.
So what's the difference as far as like, even though you call it HBO, the different style of things that was going on, comparison from the east side to the BX?
Well, like I said earlier, back then I believed that there was more loyalty, dealing with niggas in the Bronx than it was in Harlem because, they were more like working together and we all eat type shit over there and where I was at, You know, there was a lot of grimy shit. You know, somebody always want to be better than the next person.
Right.
You know, just a lot of grimy shit. And plus, I ran to the Bronx because the shit got real slow for me on what I was doing. You know, with that dog food and shit in Harlem. So when I went to the Bronx, I was on that white girl shit hard. You know what I mean? And that's what was successful for me at the time.
See, to piggyback what you asked him about the transition, I think it's easier to transition from the east side to the Bronx, more if he's on the west side.
Yeah, of
The
course.
east side, that's kind of like parallel, like to the Bronx, you know.
Yeah. Because everybody goes that little bridge over,
Yeah.
so I like being in the Bronx and all that.
And the style of living too.
Style.
Style of living, yeah.
Yeah, style of living.
Like, you know, in different west.
Police were more lenient in the Bronx too.
Yeah.
A lot lenient. Shout out to
They ain't chasing you off the block and all that.
Nah, they used to just pull a hand out and we used to give them $2.
I know, in Harlem, man, they always had a certain cop who had a name.
Yeah,
And when all he wanted you to do is just, when he come around on his shit, break out. When he leave, then you can go back. Cause they knew what time it was, you know what I'm saying?
So when you went to the Bronx, how you went, you just moved, you knew somebody and you clicked up with them?
Yeah, what happened was this dude that used to have, this kid from the Bronx wanted to get on and shit, and he wanted my man that I was working with at the time to like plug him so he could do his thing in the Bronx, and my man kept bullshitting him around with I got you, and the kid would come like once or twice a week for like a month straight, 2 months straight, and my man kept goofing him. So I was like, yo, you know what? I got you, bro, because you come in here wasting your time, my man gonna do nothing with you. Here, so I tested him out, everything worked out. Next thing you know, I said, I'm out of here. I'm going to the Bronx. There's more money for me over there.
So you clicked up, cause like we was talking about earlier, there's a lot of crews back then. A lot of get money, like Spanish crews back then in that area.
Right.
You clicked up or you just went solo?
No, I was solo. I mean, I was solo, but the nigga that I was fucking with at the time had his own crew. Get it? And when I joined forces with them, they, most people would think that I'm down with them, not knowing that I was down by myself, doing what I do, and they were doing what they do. I was just, we were just getting money. But to most people at the time, I was like 100 pounds wet, like 6'1", looking just like them niggas, so they probably thought I was a cousin or something. But I was doing my thing, they were doing their thing. But when we got caught up together as a group, because they probably thought.
Oh, so you got caught up in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you saying you ain't never like been to the island, you ain't never just stayed there, you went straight to the feds, I mean, you had a long run.
Yeah, I mean, I had a long run, but then, like everything is like the stock market. So just because you had a long run and not get incarcerated doesn't mean you had a long run.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can have a good 6-7 months and then,
Shit
just get burnt out. And then you gotta try it again. You know what I mean? To me, like the most successful people, are not the ones who stay on top. It's the ones who, make it out of the struggle when they hit rock bottom.
Exactly.
That to me, a lot of people, praise and change their whole ways, when they see a little bit of money. And that to me is not impressive. It's impressive that when you come to me like, yo, I'm fucked up, bro, and I'm like, damn, bro, and I see you get out of that situation and go right back to where you were. I respect you because you don't allow yourself to stay down. You got some people that just give it up and start to just lay down.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you said, Fat Joe, cool. How you met Fat Joe?
I know Fat Joe from the streets, back in the 80s, 85, 86, 87, and I was also a fan also, you know what I mean? So I know how they moved, how we moved on our end, so we knew through mutual grounds from the streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what series of events happened that you caught the Fed beef? You ain't gotta go into detail.
Yeah,
but
no,
how did it lead up to that?
Just like everybody else's story, same shit, you know what I mean? You have one rat in the crew, you have somebody that listen, at that point during the early 90s and shit, nobody want to go to jail. Everybody just going to tell or shit got so crazy during the time we had the Wild Cowboys in our neighborhood, so we were beefing with them. They were probably being watched. They're like, what the fuck these niggas shooting at these niggas? And boom, and they hooked on to us.
Yeah. So you said the Wild Cowboys. Did you hear the what's my dude's name from 109th? Yellow Chop Crew. You heard of Yellow Chop Crew?
Of course.
Yeah.
You got Nelson, Pacualito, Fat Danny, all of them.
Yeah.
They were in our hood and all that, but you know, I mean, I would have to say that they grabbed the attention of the authorities too. You know, with all the violence that was going on.
YTC.
You know, with all the violence going on, and they were doing it just to attract negative energy.
Yeah.
And that's what caused all the investigation. I believe, you know what, to answer your question, I believe that the management company were bought out by HUD. HUD is a federal, you know, agency who takes over, you know,
housing.
And when they came in, they brought in the feds with them to clean out, you know, the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, how you felt? You said you got caught up, and when you got linked with a crew. How you felt about that?
I was a little upset behind that because I never, you know, like I always did my own thing, but you know, it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You feel me? Of course, it's called association, so I know everybody in the indictment. All right, association. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? You know, you just gotta hold your balls and you know, it's a little tough because you gotta, you know, hold yourself off from taking anything because then, you know, if you just cop out, you make other people look guilty. So you just have to try to hold on as much as possible until you know that, you know, it's the right time to take any kind of plea. You know, so you don't.
There's a lot of y'all in the case?
I think it was like maybe 13 or 14 of us.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, 13, 14,
And
somebody.
you know, and it's whack when they take other niggas from other crews and just dump them in.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck you doing here?
Yeah.
You got beef or I used to see you and nobody or you're a little nigga like. You know, and those are the first ones to flip too.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, the feds know what they're doing, bro, because they don't know shit.
Right.
They go.
They know what you tell them.
They go according to what you don't tell them when they snatch you up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Them niggas don't got no fucking evidence or nothing. You know what I mean? When
So-
they told me I had a phone call and they got me in conversations, I knew that was a total lie.
Right.
Because I never used to talk over the phone.
Right.
Back then, I was smooth. So when they told me that, but you just gotta take what you gotta take because if you play with them niggas, they lose.
Trust me, wash you up.
And you know, and that's why the percentage rate of acquittals, you know, is small. You know what I mean? Like them niggas always beat cases. I mean, 3% might win, and guess what? If you win, they come right back for you.
Yeah, supersede
You know,
indictment.
so you might as well just lay down and take whatever time you're giving you.
So how much time did you get all together?
I got 4 with the phone count and 3 years supervised release.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So when you came home,
I escaped from the halfway house and got more time.
so when did you start this clothing line? Success clothing line.
2013. Yeah, 2013.
So I just want to show some of your items, man, because there's some fly stuff, you know. See Doc grabbed the black and red, he always grabs stuff real quick. You know?
I'm right next to you.
You catch me all the time, that's all right.
You got this one.
I use black and red though, you know. But there's some nice stuff. So what made you say, you know, how you come up with the name first?
I had a barbershop by the name of Svccess, regular, with the Gucci font, in the actual barbershop.
Right.
So then one thing I learned with the barbershop, you know, was that that dealing with barbers is just like a headache because you know they feel because they rent a chair from you that they come in when they want to come in. When you know they feel that there's no rules because they renting the chair that they're their own boss. And that's understandable, yes, but if I had 5 barbers with that same mentality and none of them decided to come in, I got an open store with nobody. There's times that I used to have a fucking barbershop open with no barbers and mad customers. You know what I mean? And you know, it just became a headache because I didn't get. And then every barber intention is to open up their own barbershop. So everybody's mentality is not focused on trying to make money.
What year was this you had the barbershop?
2013, 2012, 2011. You know what I mean? You know, so
That's true because most barbers, their goal is to have their own shop.
every barber's dream is to have, and they see how simple. This is what happened. I opened up the barbershop because before the barbershop I had a recording studio. You know, my man Jason from Cyprus doing his rapping shit and all that, so I opened up a recording studio. And I had my own studio at 137 when I used to work with J.R. Ryder. You know, at the time when he got shot in the ass, whatever.
In the Bronx?
In the Bronx. You know, so that was my recording studio there. So what happened was I'm coming out of my pocket with no money coming in, you know, and everything just ditching out. So, you know, and I'm working with these artists. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna shut down the studio and I'm gonna get a storefront, open up a barbershop with a basement and build a recording studio in the basement too, where the barbershop pays the bills for the basement.
Right.
And that was the goals. And it worked for like a year or two, you know, but then dealing with these barbers, it just became a headache. So then what I did was I just shut down the whole barbershop and opened up a print shop. So when I opened up the print shop, I found myself printing for like a few couple of, you know, underground clothing lines. But I was really working. There was some kids called Top Price from the Heights. Them niggas was doing their thing, and we was working long hours printing this shit.
Right.
So, you know, I was like, damn, you know, I like this whole concept shit. I should try Success. You know what I mean? You know, that was the name of my barbershop at the time, so I should try Success. But I knew somebody already had a clothing line with Success out of Canada, though, you know, with the U.
Yeah.
So what I did was I patented and trademarked the Success with a V, because back in the Asian days, they used to use the V as a U.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the courthouses, you know, they spell the court with a V instead of a U.
Yeah.
You know, that was in the Asian days.
Roman.
Yeah, that's
Roman.
yeah. So then I just ran with that concept, and what I took the V and the E, which was Roman words, and I just put it together as a short way of saying success. You know, so when people see the logo VE, they see success.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people are like, yo, what VE means? Like, that's success.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, but that's my logo. Like,
well, I like VE because my name starts with VE. You know?
There you go.
That's why I wanted that black and red
Yeah,
joint.
whatever works. You know what I mean? Then you got the like Louis Vuitton, they use the LV.
Right.
For Success, I use the VE. You know what I mean?
But I can relate to that story real quick about the barbers and all that because I own the barbershop too in the Bronx.
So you know what it is.
And like, I mean, my barbers get money, so they pay my money, they pay me my rent in 2 days. But when they pay me my rent in 2 days, like you said, the dudes is coming when they want you. It's a storefront, so people need to see employees in there. So
then
if you walk by and see no barbers, you thinking they, you know, it's whack.
And then they pay you with an attitude.
Yeah.
Like you doing them a favor,
Yeah.
you know, like giving them space and an opportunity, and they, you know what I mean, or give you half, and I got you half next week. Like I said, bro,
It is worth it.
if you could fucking like at the time, I think I was charging like $75 or $100 a chair a week.
That's sweet. $100.
Yeah, but back then was, you know, that was what they were going for.
Like you said,
Now niggas pay $150 to $200 a week.
No, when I had mine, it was $1.50.
Yeah, back then they paid like $1.50.
So I was only charging $75
Oh,
and
you
$12.
sweet, yeah.
But I did that because I calculated my bills at the store.
Right.
So all I wanted to do was pay my rent and have the Con Edison paid and my little Wi-Fi.
And you had
so
the studio, right?
And I had the studio. So my calculation with 5 barbers at that's all I need. So I would think like, yo, bro, don't worry, don't focus on opening up your own shit. Don't focus about if you're working in somebody else's shit. This is yours. You know what I mean?
Right.
All you gotta do, think of it that the little $75 or $100 a week you're giving is contributing to the bills here. So you gotta look at it like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you getting more money than us. Right, yeah, you got 5 barbers times this much, times this a month, times.
Because this is my spot.
It's your spot. Stay paying the rent.
How you gonna get more than the owner?
Yeah, but people don't look at it that way.
But they're not paying the rent though. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But then not only that, it's like the nerve.
they're not paying Con Edison either.
Yeah.
And then when you got a barbershop, you got a water bill because you gotta have a tank in there for hot water and all that stuff when you wash people's hands.
So, you know, it's just a headache.
Then you gotta pay sanitation.
So doing the printing shit was a good gig, you know. I put my wife there to work behind the desk. I was busting my ass printing, you know, and then I just, you know, started running off of my own shit, and thank God, knock on wood, it's just been successful.
Yeah. So how you been marketing your clothing line?
Through well, I know everyone in the industry. Let me tell you how easy it is. This is the way I said it to myself. Damon from Fubu back then only had LL Cool J repping his shit and blew up off that. The difference between Damon and Fubu back then was that not everybody was doing it. Get it? Because at one time we would think we need millions of dollars to get
Talking out like only in the competition.
Talking out and Fubu, that's it.
No, one dude, Inichi.
Inichi, yeah, those 3. But it wasn't as much as now. Nigga print the hat. I gotta nigga print that. I gotta close my. I got a LLC. You know, I pay taxes on this shit. Like, you know, like every year I gotta pay something towards my clothing line. So I got Cardi B, French Montana, Fat Joe. I got everybody in the industry wearing my shit. But it's a little harder because we're in a whole different time. Remember, everybody's doing it.
Right.
Back then, nigga only had LL Cool J with Football blew up.
Then you blow, you get the right person with you out of here.
Had I had the privilege to be in that era with French Montana, Cardi B, Fat Joe, I would have been out of here.
If you'd have had it if you'd have had it when you was doing your thing and you said you was messing with Fat Joe at the time, you would lose right when they went off.
Facts.
Off the rip.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's mine, it's something that I enjoy. You know, a lot of people be like, yo, you know, that's Tone. I'm not, nigga, don't look at it like you wearing this clothes because you're successful. That represents success. Get it? Like, you know, I'm not gonna say, oh, you're wearing Ralphie shit. Ralphie is Ralph Lauren. Nah, nigga, I wear it because I like the little horse, I like the little golf thing, you know what I mean? So if you're successful and you feel in yourself,
I'm a rock the joint for you, champ. Pull outfit on with this thing here. You know, that red black joint over there, you know. I'm a rock. I got a sweatsuit that go with that, real nice.
you know.
Yeah, man. But so where you see yourself in 5 years, man?
I said this like 5 years ago or maybe 10 years ago when I've been around with this.
Yeah.
My goals is to create a buzz to where I get people's attention that's already in the industry doing millions and close to billions of dollars in the clothing industry and license my product for like a little 3 to 6%. I'd be happy with that. They could run with my product for up to 5 years, 6 years, whatever we negotiate. And if I get a little percentage of for $1 million, $1 billion industry and doing what they're doing, whether it's a collaboration, whatever, I'm good with that, bro.
Let me ask you a question. So do you have? I see you have polo shirts and you got hats. You got anything else?
Yeah, I got sweatsuits, I got t-shirts, you know, I got t-shirts, I got sweatsuits,
Okay.
I got coats,
Okay.
I got all type.
Get everything.
This is all I had laying around in the
You
crib.
got a website and stuff like that? You want to let everybody know social media and all that?
Yeah, I got www.successapparel.com for those who, you know, want to log on and see what the fuck is going on. Then you got my Instagram, Success Clothing NYC, and all the platforms with the same success.
So anything that we didn't touch on that you'd like to touch on?
Yeah, man. Stay sucker free. You know, stay sucker free. Keep it a buck, keep it 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just keep it a 1,000. You know what I mean? You know, because what happens is now with this platform that we got with the social media and everything, you know, everything is not what it seems to be. You know what I mean? Everything's more of an illusion. You know, I just tell people, especially me, like I tell people, be yourself, bro. And you get more respect from me.
Yeah.
You wanna know what it is too, though, man? Is the fact that all 4 of us here, we got the same story told in a different way.
Facts.
We all can relate to you.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, we've been away. We came home, and you know, we got on track the right way, and we got things rolling. So, talking, I can feel your energy because we all on bit though. Before we started the show, we was dealing on stuff, you know, things like that. So, this is like a good thing right here to let people know that, you know, like my man said, no matter if you fall out, you get back up and you can turn all the way up once again. You ain't got to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You know?
I agree with you 1,000. And you know, it's just about you gotta keep it 100 to yourself. Once you keep it 100 to yourself, everything goes smooth. People respect you for who you are, not for who you want to be.
Exactly.
So real quick, how do you approach them when they wear your stuff? You ask them to tag you or when they wear it?
They tag me.
Tone.
Yeah, I don't.
My man Tone, or they just throw it on.
Yeah,
I think it's an art because someone could just throw a shirt on it. And it won't mean nothing.
I wouldn't
they're not
approach.
explaining it.
I wouldn't approach people and be like, "Oh, that's my shit." I just be
No,
like, "That's a nice shirt."
No, not them. Let's say I'm a celebrity, whatever, right?
Oh, and
and just give me the shirt. I just wear it, and it's cool. It's appreciative.
Yeah.
If I take the picture, but it's not the same if I go, you know, Success Clothing. Y'all see my shirt. You know, go follow my man or this about my man Success. You know?
I've been blessed enough to where they will send me like a direct message wanting it, you know, and they'll send like a shipping information. Or if I do approach them, they already know who I am because, you know, with the love of Fat Joe, you know, who pushes, you know, the brand French, who pushes the brand, you know, everybody that's in the industry that support what I'm doing because of them, you know, and that's just the life we're living today. If someone's successful, you know, is rocking something, everybody else gonna
that helps a lot. That definitely does.
That helps me with the
them
marketing.
2 names there alone, man.
Yeah.
I can see things with them 2 dudes right there, man.
Yeah,
they get a lot of love out here, especially in the Spanish community.
Facts. No, and don't get it fucked up. Even in the black community.
Yeah, I'm not just saying. That's why I said especially in the Spanish community because keeping it tall, you know, that you know Spanish people. You understand what I'm saying? They stick together more than us brothers, man.
Shit.
I'm gonna keep it tall with you.
Yes.
You know, our brothers, I love my brothers, you know, but my brothers, we be
Everybody know that.
hating. You don't want to see the next man eat. It's like corny stuff. But
Everybody
the
know that.
Spanish brothers, they ride together, man. You know, there's some that go low, whatever. But the majority, they ride together, man.
I got a brother. We actually got Success Clothing South. You know how I got the Success Clothing NYC? We got Success Clothing South. And my man Lonnie got that shit on lock over there. You know, he's his own CEO. I gave him the green light to run with it. And he got the whole fucking South Carolina, North Carolina, Miami, Atlanta lit with the Success. So, you know, there's a lot of fucking black brothers holding it down.
They looking for New York flavor anyway.
Yeah, over there. But you know, it's so sad that I get more love in towns like that than I get from my own town.
I can tell you that all day.
That's
And
what we
we
talking
on
about.
our YouTube, but we get comments and all that.
Your comments are mostly from out of town.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They
Yes, they are.
they can't see someone's success.
And we got a clothing line too. We got hoodies, we got hats, we got sweatsuits, we got t-shirts.
Under the beat.
But I'm thinking we should. I mean, we gonna go down south. We gonna go to ATL. We go to Miami. We can go to different states like that. I bet they buy it in a second. And then you know, New York is a little difficult, man.
I got a Mercedes Sprinter. Anywhere I pull up in any town, they see that big boy, and I open the door and I go, all these hats and clothes they want it because they're like, oh shit, they put it up in the Sprinter.
Yeah, he must be.
All hooked out.
Yeah.
He's selling this product, and then I tell niggas, I encourage niggas to look at the Instagram and they start seeing, you know, all these celebrities wearing it. They want it. People only want to wear what people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it is.
It's called marketing, man.
Facts. And that's how I look at it. Let me tell you something. When I was in prison, I needed that in my life because, well, first of all, jail is whack. Prison is corny. I don't recommend that to nobody.
Right.
But for me, it disciplined me. It made me the man that I am today because, you know, I used to work in facilities and I used to get $7 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm saying to myself, all this fucking money I was making in the street to become rich, to get locked up and only have a commissary of $300 a month and earning $7. I lost everything. I wasn't getting no money from the streets at all. I was living off the land, literally.
Yeah.
I fucking broke into the chapel and I stole all the fucking Hallmark cards. A nigga wanted to send a card out for Mother's Day, they had to come see me. They want to send a Christmas card, they had to come see me. You know what I mean? Like, all that shit was dead. Like, nobody came to the chapel because they were gone. You know what I mean? So I had that. So that was my hustle.
Right.
You feel me? So it was hard for me, you know what I mean? I didn't have no money from the outside coming in. So I don't want to come home to go and do the same garbage I was doing so I could wind up back in jail and be in the same position. So for that, you know, this here is like a bag of dope to me. It cost me fucking like maybe $12 to make, and I sold it for $40. Look at the margin. You know, a hat cost me $7, $8. I sold it for $30. Look at the margin. Get it? And I could walk with.
That's a good way to think
I
about
could walk with bundles of these. I can even give it on consignment. Open up to all type of neighborhoods. You know what I mean? I do that shit. I got niggas, close friends of mine that want to make an extra $1. I give them packs. Here's a pack of 15. Just give me this and you keep this. You know what I mean? But it's just in a different form. It's not in the form of drugs, but it's the same shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
So if people want to find you, can you give them your social media links again?
What you mean social media?
Like
Svccess Clothing at Svccess Clothing NYC on that IG and all platforms, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, fucking MySpace. You know what I mean?
MySpace.
MySpace is back in the days. I love MySpace. I got on with MySpace, man. I came up on MySpace. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I rock that shit. Y'all had like 3 artists because of MySpace, man. That's another story. But can you tell everybody what show you on right now?
Oh man, I'm on the Beat 139, bro.
Beat 139.
Yes.
Beat 139.
That's right. Like this video, hit the subscribe button. We need that. Support this brother. Like and the subscribe button.
Yeah. Svccess in the building.
Success.
All day.